CGC just changed the game once again. All right, they upgraded their fees because of expansion and new hirings, according to them. But yeah, for a lot of people, this is going to be significant. All right, including myself, because I don't believe that I'm going to re-up. Not my subscription doesn't end until the following year, so it's not going to affect me this year, but it will affect me next year. More than likely, they're going to rethink this, all right, because there's no reason for me to to be on the elite tier like I am right now. Okay, I'll show you guys the fees that they're going through right now. Okay, so pretty much the premium is going to stay pretty much the same. For the premium tier, you get 10% off of the grading fee, right? $150 credit, so it pays for itself, the premium. The elite tier, I get 15% off, but under the new tier, it's still the elite tier, but under the new system, I would only get 10% off of the grading. That's significant when it comes to the amount of books that I send into them. So I would rather at that point just send everything through an independent presser and get their discounts, because their discounts are still going to be, they're going to go from 20% to 15% when it comes to businesses like a presser, like let's say Mr. Kendra, or maybe I'm assuming Erod is one of them, and there's quite a number of companies that are going to be in that particular tier, you could say, right? But not individuals like myself. So individuals will go from 15% of the elite to 10% savings only. All right, so that's significant. So why should I pay $300 to get still the same 10%? I'm still getting $150. There's nothing extra in it for me except for exclusive offers and benefits. What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. Yeah. Okay. So here's the other things. This also changes. All right. I wrote this down in here so you could see it even better. First of all, there's no quick press. The quick press was $8. I never used the quick press because I don't trust it. All right. I don't think they pay too much attention to it. I think a lot of people use it for modern books, but I just send my modern books in raw as pre-screen 9.8s anyway. I don't do a quick press. The moderns, though, used to be $20. Now that's going to go to $22. What they are doing here, though, is they're changing it from a $200 value to a $400 value. This is moderns all the way from 1975 to current. Value tier is no longer available. They axed it. They got rid of the value tier. This is where it starts changing, okay? Value tier was also for $200 books, all right? Any book prior to 1975, as long as they were worth $200 or less, you could send it in as a value tier. However, now, because there is no value tier, you would have to send those books in as economy. Anything before 1975, it'll be sent economy. Economy used to be $38. It is now $33. So in a way, that's actually better if you were sending economy. Economy goes from $400 maximum, okay, up to $400. All right, so what does that mean? Before, see, I was going to send these two books in to get graded, okay? This is L.B. Cole's Eagle Comics #2 and Contact Comics, this is number 6. Okay, so I was gonna send these two, but as you could see, these books are not in the best condition. Okay, they're still great books, don't get me wrong. These are early books from early Cole books from 1940s, mid 40s. Okay, beautiful books, beautiful covers. Anything that he does is freaking gold, man. So, but I was gonna send these in as value tier because in my opinion, they were like $200 or less for each one of them. Now I'm forced to send it in at economy tier. Okay, now I was gonna have Mr. Kendra press them anyway, but I'll talk about pressing fees. But that automatically is gonna bring my value from $27 to $33. So even though it's the maximum value is $400, right? I'm still gonna have to pay now, $5 more. Now I'm getting 15% off right now anyway. The good thing about my tier is that my subscription doesn't end until the following year. So according to them, whoever has a subscription, they're gonna get grandfathered until that subscription ends. Okay, so anyway, those are two books that I'm just not gonna, I'm not gonna be saving. I'm gonna end up paying extra, obviously, to get them graded. All right, next one is the standard. From the standard, that's $1,000 maximums, right? Standard is $65. That's going up to $75. That's a $10 fee for grading. Express tier is going from, this is for $3,000 maximum. It's going from $100 to $120 to slab. And the walkthrough is going to go from 3%. It had a maximum of $5,000. That was the maximum, the $5,000 that they could charge you to slab it. According to the new plan, it doesn't say that there's a maximum. So I got a feeling they could charge you a lot more depending on what the book is that you're getting slabbed, which doesn't seem like that's fair. Okay, slamming a book, why should they make more than, say, a maximum of 5,000? I don't care if it is an Action Comics #1, unless they're going to guarantee the value, All right, here is the pressing fees. This is going to change the game for them. They just don't realize it. Okay, modern, they're going from $12 to $15. There's no talk about maximum values for that. So it's from $12 to $15 to press. There is no more value fees. The value tier for pressing, it was $25. They axed it. It was a $200 maximum. There again, there's no mention about a maximum for pressing. All right, now you're going to have to press with economy, which you end up saving because but only for books that are $400 and less, I guess, but then with the values, do you really save? So you're going from $25 to $30. So I guess you're not saving, because you're going from 25, that was the value, to $30, right? Economy. But the actual economy tier goes from $40 to $30. I don't know. This is kind of sounding even confusing to me, but all right, this is for anything pre-75. Standard tier from $60 to $70. Express tier from $85 to $100. And the walkthrough goes from 2.5% to 3% now on the walkthrough. All right, here's the other option that we got. Mr. Kendra. Now, he is currently taking $25 deposit to hold your place because he's got so many orders coming through, right? So you would think that, hey, that's too much. I'm not going to wait. Well, think again, okay? Because look at his fees. He's got 3 different fees only. Much more, much easier to understand anyway, right? Modern tiers, anything 75 to current is $13. He actually upgraded that from $12, only $1 he went up. CGC went up to $15. So you're saving on that, okay? 13 to 15. All right. He does have a value tier that's up to a maximum of $999, which would be right around the standard of CGC, okay? It's only $20, so you could bypass the economy right up to the standard pretty much if you use him. And by the way, this could be for any other presser, so Erod and any other pressing service. I'm pretty sure their fees are going to be a lot less than CCS. All right. All right. So he's got $20, and then anything over $1,000, $40. Okay. So yeah, man, that's definitely not bad. Definitely not a bad. Not as bad as you think, really. For my Amazing Spider-Man alone, I would have, the Amazing Spider-Man 300 that I got, that I'm going to send him, right? I would have paid CGC. Let's say if I would have went with the standard, right? I would have paid them $75 for the slab, and which I'm probably going to pay them that anyway for the slab. But I'm gonna pay $70. I would have paid $70 for the press, where now I can pay Mr. Kendra $20 for the press, because it's $1,000 maximum that I'm gonna put, right? $20 for the press, and I'm saving $50 on that. So the $25 that he's got as a holding fee, it pays for itself on one book, right? One book, it pays for itself. So, yeah, I think that CCS, if people really start thinking about it, CCS is gonna have a hard time with this. They're gonna end up having a really hard time with this. So, their turnarounds, if people are really doing their homework, their turnarounds for grading should definitely improve. In my opinion. Okay, so now, will I be using CCS still, at least until my subscription ends next year? Answer is yes, I am going to use them. All right, I might even use them for modern, because even the modern is not so bad, especially if I want a modern book to get re-slabbed, and maybe try and get an upgrade in a modern book. However, if I have like a book that's Silver Age or even Golden Age that's not worth that much, and even if I think that it can go up, but it's in the borderline where, because I'm a gambler and I take a ton of gambles, and sometimes those gambles really pay off, but a lot of times it doesn't. I'm going to show you 3 books today that did not pay off for me, okay? But yeah, that's going to change. So if I see books that are borderline, I'm not going to send them in. It's too expensive. Way too expensive now. Whereas before, I would have took that chance, because I'm like, you know what? Especially in quantity, you might be able to take that type of chance on it, and see what happens. I mean, I'll show you these books. Okay, so these just came in. I showed these before I sent them out. In their old cases, I showed these. see what we got in here. Okay, so this was another failure. This year has been pretty bad for Silver Age books. Every Silver Age book that I sent this year has come back at the same grade after being pressed by CCS. Every single one. I have had much better luck with the moderns with CCS. Remember the Frizzen foils, limited to 300 Frizzen foils. All three of them went from 9.6s to 9.8s. Amazing Spider-Man 365s. They actually went up one grade from 9.2 to 9.4, 9.4 to a 9.6. Right, so I've been good with the moderns, but the Silver Age, man, they have not done well for me at all. Right, all three of these came back in the same grade I sent them. All right, the amount of cash that I spent on this, let's go look for that. Let's go look for the numbers. You know, the only good thing about these slabs is they actually get rid of those rings. See, look at that. No rings on here. All of them had rings. All of them had rings. No more rings. But is it worth the price? And was it worth the gamble? You know, for me, like I said, I'm a gambler. So, and sometimes that's great for me. It's worked out so great for me. And it's, in this case, I'm going to show you numbers and it didn't work out at all. Maybe it's dark side, man. It's the dark side that is with me with these. I sent out pretty much, I'm going to say 6 dark side books. Even though the New Gods, yeah, I'm going to say that's a dark side book too. Okay, 6 of them. 4 of them were Jimmy Olsen's 134. That one was a 9.2. Came back a 9.2. All of them came back the same grades as I sent them. Bro, all I needed was one of these New Gods 9.6s to come back a 9.8, and this would have been a no issue. Even the 9.2 coming back a 9.4, Jimmy Olsen, would have been a no issue. I was hoping these 8.0s would get back to at least one 8.5, at least maybe a 9.0 would have been a no issue. 7.5 signed. But the only thing I'm good about, that I'm glad that happened, is that when I purchased these, I purchased them at really, really good prices. They still are, though. Right now, they still are great prices. All right, here's the numbers. I thought this was value tier that I sent them. It wasn't. It was economy tier. Okay, $400 or less. All right, so under the new plans, I would have actually saved a little bit under that economy tier. However, on the standard, I would have paid more, so I still would have probably paid more regardless. All right, so for the pressing, though, I would have paid a lot more for both. A lot more. All right, these right here for the economy tiers, these 3, $250 down the drain. I'm assuming shipping to them at $10. It was 4 submissions I sent in. This is why I like sending in multiple submissions, because I get to lower the cost as what I'm shipping to them at. You know, $96.90 was for the grading fees, $125 on the pressing fees. Let me see what else. $18 of FedEx shipping back to me, $249.90. Now for the New Gods, the two 9.6s New Gods and a 9.2 Jimmy Olsen. That one was more significant, $385.65. That's a total of, let's look at that, $635.55. Oofa. Ooh. Ouch. For 6 books to come back the exact same grade. Oh boy. Oh. All right. So even with the moderns, I mean, I guess with the moderns I kind of lucked out, right? But say the Something's Killing the Children Frisons, 3 of them from 9.6 to 9.8. Does that negate the $635 that I paid for this, plus the grading fees that I incurred on those as well? Yeah, not a good year so far. You know what's gonna make this a great year or a really messed up year is those blue marbles. I got 14 blue marbles right now with them. Right now they got 14 9.6s. That's gonna make or break this, right? Again, a gambler. Oh, but anyway, this changes the game for me. Absolutely changes the game. I am going to be using a lot more Mr. Kendra, but he's got a long wait, man. He's got a long wait. He's got, I think he said 16 weeks. That's like 4 months to wait for a press, even for moderns, you know. So definitely for Silver Age and Golden Age, I'm using him. I don't know if I'm going to get these pressed, you know that? I don't think I am going to get these pressed. I think I might just send these straight to CGC. I think I might just send them straight to them and hope for a, can I get a 3.5 on these? You know, I don't really... They could use a nice cleaning, though. Yeah, they're pretty books, though, man. You know, LB Cole. Oh, man. Leonard Brandt. Hildenbrand. Cohen. That was his last name was Cohen. He changed his name to Cole after his father changed his name. But he was a master at taking colors, taking one solid color and working around it, right? Schomburg did the same thing. Look at that. It's one solid color, then he worked right around that thing. And his colors were, man, that's freaking beautiful. Freaking beautiful. Anyway, getting off track over here. But these, I don't think I'm going to get these pressed. I think I'm going to send them straight to them. Because I also have one cover that's detached over here. But we're going to send these straight to CGC right now before, you know, prices keep going up even more. All right. Dudes. Oh, yeah. One last thing I wanted to say. All right. Here you go. Geiger #1, right? Been getting a lot of questions in my email about this. And look, guys, when I said this is the book to have, I'm saying this is going to be in my opinion, I think this is going to be if this book hits, which it looks like it's going to, but if it really does hit, I believe this is going to be the most expensive book. That doesn't mean that it's going to be the best book now, as far as value. To me, the best value is always going to be the cover A, because we didn't spend that much on that, man. We didn't. We spent like cover price or less for that book. Even the Glow in the Dark, and the Glow in the Dark just came out. It's already starting to go off, you know. Yeah, as far as the highest price one, it would be that one, but you're taking the biggest risk now, because look, now this is in pounds now, 49. Look at that. That one went for 82 pounds. That's 30 pounds, but look at the shipping. I mean, it's definitely something that's going to hit you in the pocket a little bit, and then you're going to have to wait and see and hope that this is gonna hit for you, you know. So what's the best investment? Best investment is cover A. Cover A. So you take Something's Killing the Children, right? Let's look at that. You know, come and think about it, I think this did pay off, come and think about it. Because these went, all for me, they went from a 9.6 to a 9.8. This 9.8 sold last month for $522.50, and I think it was going for 200 in a 9.6. So it went up $300. Each one went up $300. That would have been $900 plus the fees. I paid $635 for this. Of course, now I just gotta wait for time, right, for these to keep going up, hopefully. But all right, let's talk about value though. Which one is the best investment? Was the foil a better investment for me, or the cover A of Something's Killing the Children? Now, I didn't get any one of them for cover price. I did pay a premium for them, but I paid about the same for the cover A's as I did for these. So, and that was around, I think I paid $70 for these. You know what, the cover A's, I paid less. I paid less for the cover A's. I paid like 50, I want to say it was like $50, right? I don't know if anybody remembers. But what was a better investment? The cover A goes for more than $522 right now. This is a store variant. So, and for the J Lees, I paid $50 for each J Lee that I got. That's the most expensive one. But if you were to have paid for the cover A's at cover price, like a lot of people did back in the day, you got a significant investment with that cover A versus pretty much any other cover, you know, because you could have purchased multiple cover A's versus, you know, let's say one J Lee, you know, or one of these, right? So the cover A already beats this one, even though there's only 300 of these. There's only 300 in existence. I think this is a highly underrated book, guys, that later on this might become something. There's only 300 of these books made, this one in the splash. But anyway, cover A's, that's the way to go in my opinion with Geiger. I did go after the UK variant for Geiger. Let's hope that goes through, all right, that hits, that gets picked up. Let's hope that the story keeps being solid, right? It's only in issue number 1. But anyway, this was supposed to be about CGC. Got off track again. Later, dudes. I'm watching Speed right now. Was watching Speed. I try to do this speedily too, but it is what it is. Have a good night, guys.